All right, happy Thursday, everyone. It is Thursday, March 13th. I hope everyone's having an amazing day, an amazing week so far, and of course, getting one step closer to achieving your goals. Um, I know there's a lot of craziness going on in the world right now consistently, but I hope whatever it is that you're doing, you have the time to focus on yourself as well throughout your day. You're putting in time and effort to achieving your goals and to the dreams and aspirations you have in your life, because so often now it's easy to forget about what you want yourself and put everything that you want on the back burner and just forget about it completely. Next thing you know, a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, a month goes by, etc. And those goals that you wrote down, those aspirations, those dreams that you had that came to you to create, you've forgotten about. So make sure that you're always taking the time to put in that effort, put in the work for yourself, and don't forget that not to have a negative, selfish outlook on life, but at the end of the day, to be selfish for yourself and for what you want to do in your life. That does take time, that does take effort, that does take being in solitude sometimes, being by yourself, working long hours, whatever it might be, staying up later, saying no to those friends, saying no to that girlfriend, saying no to your boyfriend, saying no to your spouse. Sometimes you have to say no to get what you want. And again, it might be selfish in the interim, but ultimately it's for the greater good. If you are not working on what you want in your life, you begin to become unhappy because you've given up, you've forgotten about your dreams and goals, and you see everybody else around you still doing what they want. But if you say no to one thing that they're asking of you, maybe you feel bad because that's just who you are as a person, and often not, that's what happens. You feel bad when you say no to somebody, but it's okay to say no, and it's good to say no. And learning to say no is very important. Ultimately, life can drag you in so many different directions, but if you have goals and you have aspirations, stick to those, work towards them, because it's going to get you to that next step that you want to be at. And ultimately, your grandiose end goal comes from achieving little things along the way. So, whether if you think those goals are kind of not in line with what you want in the future, God has a plan to align those eventually. And it's not your roadmap, it's His roadmap. And when you look at it, it's not one straight line, it's jumping from here to here to here to here, back a bit, then forward again, even further. So don't stress too much. I know it's super hard not to sometimes, and I hope if this video finds the right person today, I hope it at least motivates or changes one person's day to the better. Ultimately, my goal here, even for myself posting these YouTube videos, I know it's not this grandiose channel. I'm not Mr. Beast or something, or some well-known videographer, photographer, entrepreneur, vlogger, whatever you want to call it. But I'm doing this for myself. It positions me in such a way where it forces me to get on here, speak to the camera, speak out loud, create something that I know is actually going to have some benefit to hopefully someone out there. And if not, well, I'm still putting my time to something useful for myself. I'm learning more about myself, more about speaking in general, speaking out loud, even speaking to a camera. Who cares? It still adds up at the end of the day. And to put my positive thoughts out into the world is better than constantly consuming. And that's another thing as well. So much so is it easy to consume content nowadays, to go on Instagram and just scroll hours and hours and hours. And obviously, a lot of people get in those rabbit holes. I get in those rabbit holes sometimes myself. I'm a tinfoil hat wearer, if some of you want to call it that, but I'm definitely into researching a lot of different aspects of topics, whether it be, the one-faced media, or diving into kind of the deep research end of the internet and figuring out different people's research or opinions about certain topics as well, and then having my own at the end of the day too. So again, ultimately, it's YouTube, and what I'm doing right now is just a stepping stone to something greater for myself. So whether this turns into something more for me or not, this was a dream and aspiration that came to me a long time ago, and I wish I started this years ago when it did, but I still started now, and I'm still staying consistent with it as well. So at the end of the day, things can be hard. Things can be a lot harder than we think when it comes to achieving those goals. that we want, but at the end of the day, at the end of the tunnel, you still have to go through certain steps to achieve those final goals that you want. And a part of the journey is really exciting. Doing this kind of stuff is fun. You never know where it's going to take you, besides your end goal still. You never know what a little side project can do for you, no matter what. Starting a business, opening a book, taking a picture, going to that gym for the first time, working a new job for the first time in a different industry. You never know what's going to happen. So whatever your dream is, hold that tight and hold that dear and work towards that. But don't forget, in the meantime, you still have to do things that will also help you achieve your end goal. So, and again, sometimes you do something and you feel like it's completely detracting you from what you want. It's different industry, different field. You feel kind of awkward doing it. Well, follow through with it, still go through with it, complete it to your best ability, because at the end of the day, it will get you closer to achieving what you want. And that's where, again, saying no to certain things is better for yourself than always saying yes. Like if you're always the yes man and every time your friends want to go out or do something and that 2 hours that you have of free time is now gone because you're now doing something else, then the next day comes and you just rinse and repeat every single day. And you never just open that book again, take that picture, go for that walk, start that YouTube channel, start that business. Well, it's never going to happen. So sometimes you have to say no to things that you want to say yes to, like going out with friends or going on a date or watching movies, scrolling on your phone, and kind of hunkering down a bit and just saying yes to the thing that you know is in the back of your mind that it keeps telling you to do over and over again. Just saying yes, do this, you have to do this, just try it, give it a try, just start it today. Whatever it is, give it a try and start it today. Don't be afraid to start it. And again, I personally have been a yes man for so many years in my life, from high school up until a year and a half ago, and I'm 27. And it's brought me a lot of issues, a lot of problems, a lot of experiences, don't get me wrong, that I've learned from as well, but I've learned the hard way because of so many times I just said yes to something without thinking twice. And when I know deep down inside, if I said no and did what I really wanted to do, I would have been in a better position, and ultimately I'd be in a better position now. But you can't go back in the past, and there's no point getting hung up over things too much, so you have to move on and move forward. But once you start to say no, everything else becomes easier as well, because once you say no, that's the hard part, and then saying yes to your own goals and to your own aspirations is the easy part. But you have to, of course, stay consistent and make that progress as well. So whether it's half a step a day, 1 step a day, or you feel like you're going 2 steps forward and 1 step back, it still matters. You're putting in the time and effort to yourself, and be selfish with your time, honestly. Like, being selfish, there's no problem with that. It's your life. You're here by yourself still, no matter what, no matter if you have a great relationship with your parents, your friends, spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is. At the end of the day, you will always have you. You will always have your own back, and don't betray yourself. Don't betray your own goals. Don't betray your own aspirations just because every single Friday when you have those 3 free hours after work or after school, you're going out every single time with your friends just to get drunk like they are, just to go out and party like they are. Or even if it's not partying and getting drunk, maybe if it's just playing board games or sitting around playing video games, that's not necessarily bad, and it can be you can be done in moderation, you can have fun, but ultimately it's typically not going to get you where you want to go unless you want to become like a streamer or something like that in gaming. But even then, you want to create something for someone, or not just someone, but as many people as you can. You want to create something for people to view and to see and to take time and out of their day to benefit them still. Again, whether this video finds the right crowd or not, I hope it does, and whether it makes sense to certain people. The whole point of this video is to say no more than you usually do, and with the time that you have, put into achieving your goals and what you want to do, and don't be that yes man or yes woman, whatever you want to call it, because at the end of the day, you'll eventually forget about the goals and dreams that you had. And for the past few months, I feel like I've been in a stalemate of things that I've wanted to do, and speaking out loud and starting this YouTube channel has been a catalyst to get me out of that position again. I've achieved certain major goals that I want to by the age of 26, and again, I'm 27, 28 in May, and I feel like I've been at a standstill for a while, and I feel like I'm keep hitting my head against the wall, and ultimately, Again, something as silly as making a YouTube video, if maybe you think it's silly or not, I think it's beneficial. I'm creating something, I'm putting positivity out there to the world, and I'm saying no to wasting my time and saying yes to building something, to creating something, to putting something out there to the world that's better than me just wasting my time, getting drunk, smoking weed, doing nothing, sitting around playing video games. I'm putting it into effort, and I'm putting my effort and energy into something like this, which again I hope helps motivate someone out there, whether it be one person, 5 people, or no one. It still helps me at the end of the day. So I'm helping myself and I'm helping others, and vice versa. When other people view this content and they like it, it also helps me. It gives me that one extra push every single day. So whether I get one viewer a day or no viewers, that one viewer, that one comment, that one like pushes me to that next stage. And even if I don't get that, I'm my own self-motivator. I know what I'm capable of, and I won't say no to myself anymore. I'm only going to say yes to achieving what I want and my goals. So say no more often, say yes to yourself, and again, do not forget about what you have in your head, the dreams and aspirations that have come to you, because at the end of the day, when we're on our final breath, we never know when it's going to come. Your dreams and your goals and your aspirations will be standing around you and, asking you why you didn't go for it, why you didn't take that shot, why didn't you start that business, open that book, start that franchise, go to the gym, go on a vacation, whatever the hell it might be. You have to do it. You have to get started where you are with what you have. Just get started. So that's all I have to say for today. I know it's kind of a mishmash of a few things, but again, say no more often. Say yes to yourself, and do not forget about your goals and your aspirations. Never do that. Write them down, journal. Be selfish with your time, and don't feel sorry about it. God gave you those ideas for a reason, and He wants you to create. He does not want you to waste your time. Put yourself out there in a beneficial way and create something for the world to see, the world to hear, and the world to know more about you and what you have to offer as a human being to, again, the whole world. So I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of today as well whenever I post this, but if not, enjoy your weekend, the first, or I guess now actually the second weekend in March. Wow, March, I guess time always flies, but whatever you're doing, wherever you are, wherever you might be, I hope you have a great day, a great weekend ahead. Enjoy the beautiful weather if you're here in Ontario, and other than that, again, take care, cheers to your success, and I look forward to making another video again shortly. Take care.